morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Mini Parliament 1.0 in our school. Today's session is not just an activity, but an opportunity to learn, to express, and to understand the true spirit of democracy. I urge all participants to uphold the dignity of this forum, speak with confidence, listen with patience, and maintain discipline throughout. I congratulate all of you who have worked hard to prepare for this event. May today's mini parliament inspire you to become responsible citizens of India, aware of your duties and empowered with knowledge. Now, I would like to call the President of Mini Parliament.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Manal, the President of this Mini Parliament. And I hope this Mini Parliament experience is very valuable for you all and you all get to learn something from this. This Mini Parliament experience is organized by a school to ensure students learn about politics and nation building. And I hope you all perform your best. And now I would like to call the General Secretary. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you, respected judges, honorable advisors, and all my fellow ministers. Myself Ram, and I am the central conductor of this parliament, the General Secretary. Today, we are present here for our debates, for our agendas, for our ideologies to be set up. For this wonderful experience, stay tuned with us. Now this mini parliament session is open. Let's begin.
A very good morning to all present here. I am Nitika from class 9A of Vanasthali Public School, and I am going to represent Nirmala Sitharaman, the first woman to play this role full time. Now, my PPT will include all the basic information about Nirmala Sitharaman, her early life, education, how she entered into politics, and her achievements as both Defence Minister and Education Minister. Now, her early life and education. Nirmala Sitharaman is the first female full-time Finance Minister of India, who was both Defence Minister also and Finance Minister. She was born on August 18, 1959 in Madurai, now in Tamil Nadu. She studied economics at Jawaharlal Nehru University, where she met Mr. Parakal Prabhakar, whom she later married at the year of 27 years of age. Her journey from a student to one of the most successful and top leaders in the world was full of hard work and dedication. Now her entry into politics. She began her career in the UK, working at PricewaterhouseCoopers and BBC. The full form of BBC is British Broadcast Channel. Later, she returned to India and entered politics in the year of 2014. She became a member of Rajya Sabha of Andhra Pradesh in 2014, where she also became a member of Rajya Sabha of Indian Parliament in the year of 2016. She became a spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party and joined the Rajya Sabha in 2014. She served as the Defence Minister of India from a specific time period of 2017 to 2019. In 2019, she was made the Finance Minister of India, the first female to play this role full-time. Her achievements as a Defence Minister. Nirmala Sitharaman became the first full-time woman as a Defence Minister in the 2017. She handled many important decisions like the Rafale jet deal. Also, she handled our Balakot airstrike, which was taking place in Pakistan because of the Pulwama attack. Pulwama is a place in Jammu, and because of the Pulwama attack was taken place because a bunch of trucks was attacked by the Islamist terrorist from Pakistan by a suicide bomber. So, in order to take revenge and show who we are, the Nirmala Sitharaman planned to make, and just 12 days after, she airstriked with the help of Rafale jet deal. Now, also she did a Rafale jet deal, which included that from France. India was in such a poor condition that it cannot be fulfilled in many years or even years. So, in order to find out a suitable solution for this, Nirmala Sitharaman make an agreement with France, working on the Rafale jet deal. According to this deal, she purchased with the help of Indian government under the guidance of Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister. She purchased 36 Rafale jet deal, which were multitasking combat aircrafts used for क्या कहते हैं, attacks and airstrikes. She also launched the Atmanirbhar Bharat package. As finance minister, she introduced big reforms like submerging public sector banks and supporting the economy of both our country and of individuals. She launched the Atmanirbhar Bharat package to make India self-reliant during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her budgets focused on growth, development, infrastructure to develop our India and make it a more confident and a more sustainable development of nation. Her achievements and impact. Under her leadership, India became the fastest growing major economy in the world. She helped reducing physical defect and increased investment. She also reduced GST. GST full form is gross sales tax. According to gross sales tax, it is applied on all the consumer goods which is buy or sell by the consumers or individuals of that particular nation. She reduced it from a 22% to 8%, which is a very low and which is helping our India a lot. Her clear vision and strong leadership skills have made her a role model for all Indian women. We should be inspired and be gathered about her nation. She also represented India strongly in global forums like G20 and IMF. She represented India strongly, confidently, and that is the reason why India became the fastest growing major economy in the whole world. There's a short conclusion. She is an inspiration for each and every citizen present in India, be it a boy or be it a girl, especially for girls. When you have a conviction, stand by it. That's your strength. This is the famous quote said by Nirmala Sitharaman. Thank you.
What are the main power of your ministry?
Ma'am, I need, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister and President, of course, I can make very strong and important decisions for my country. Like, I will reference it, as I have told you, the Rafale jet deal was accordingly, let me give you an example. It was an agreement made with France in order to increase the power and the transportation and importation of all the weapons needed for, to fight with the enemy like Pakistan, Afghanistan, etc. So in this deal, what did I do was that I made an agreement with France, a deal sort association, in which I purchased 36 different jeep deals, which were comprised multi-section. I mean, it can do anything. And it was so powerful that it can destroy my and my country's enemy very efficiently and very easily. So I brought it at a price of 7.87 billion pounds, which is a huge price. So in order to make it more suitable for my country also, not to go in depths or ruins, what did I do? I acted smartly. I did that if you're making, I will pay you all down. But in return, you have to do a small favor or a agreement.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to know the main pointers. Pointers. We just wanted to know the main pointers of your ministry. What powers you have in your ministry? Not the explanation. We just wanted to know the main pointers. What powers you have?
In summary, the powers which I basically have. And of course, I can do any work which is suitable, like I can increase GST, or I can also decrease it, but all the related, because I am a finance minister, so all my powers are related to
your individual decision to increase it. What is your individual decision?
My individual decisions are to give ideas and to encourage what is suitable for my country. And in accordance to all the parliament members and president,
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, Nisika.
Good morning everyone, myself Ipshan. I am representing the Ministry of Railways and it was Ashwini Vaishnav. Ashwini Vaishnav was born on 18 July 1917 in Jodhpur, an Indian politician, former IAS officers.
I am Rajnath Singh, representing the Defense Ministry. Now, today we will learn about his journey, my journey. Now, let's start. Now, my background and my entry into politics. I was born in Bhabra in Varanasi district in 1951, and I pursued Mastery of Science degree in physics from Deen Dayal Upadhyay University in Gorakhpur. I joined ABVP, which is Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, also the student branch of RSS, and I became quite active in the RSS. In 1975, when the emergency hit India, I was put in prison, and when I got out in 1977, I became member of Legislative Assembly of Uttar Pradesh from Varanasi. And when in 1991, I became the Education Minister of Uttar Pradesh and introduced anti-copying laws. In 2000 to 2002, I became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh from the Bharatiya Janata Party. And in 2005, I became the BJP President for my first term. And from 2009 to 2014, I became the BJP President for the second term. In that, under my guidance, the Modi government won, and I became the Home Minister of India. These are my entry into state politics. I became the Education Minister in 1991, UP BJP President and Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Now, this is the first term of my BJP presidency. I led the party and navigate its political landscape as the primary opposition focusing on the national issues. In the second term, I played a pivotal role in the party's historic victory in the 2014 general elections, campaigning alongside Narendra Modi. My entry into national politics. I became the Home Minister of India from 2014 to 2019. In this, I introduced counter-terrorism. I strengthened India's counter-terrorism, border management, cyber security, and disaster management. During this period, I also played an important role in the Uri surgical strike, which involved destroying 4 terrorist launch pads in the POK, which belonged to terrorists. And it was a response to the 2016 Uri base attack. Now, when the general elections hit in 2019, I became the Defense Minister of India, and in which I introduced many schemes. Firstly, I took many initiatives such as defense indigenization. It means I promoted Make in India strategic partnerships. I strengthened India's global partnerships with global powers such as Russia. Military modernization. As I knew the next age is of technology, so I introduced many technological weapons to the Indian Armed Forces. I increased the quality of living for the veterans and military personnel. Major decisions and policies introduced by me are the Uri surgical strike, Agnipath scheme, and defense corridor. In the Agnipath scheme, it means anyone of ages 17 and a half to 23 can join the armed forces, and by 23, if they are qualified to continue, they will be kept as permanent in the armed forces. These are my contributions to governance and international relations of India. In domestic governments, I strengthened the law enforcement and internal security. I advocated for rural development and farmers' welfare, championed education reforms and skill development initiatives. In the international relation, I was engaged in bilateral defense dialogues, fostering strategic alliances, represented India's robust in multilateral forums promoted India's image as a responsible and emerging global power. I would now like to add something. When I was Home Minister of India, I introduced the Citizenship Act, in which non-residing citizens, such as illegal immigrants, will not get citizenship of India. Now, my conclusion, Rajnath Singh's career reflects my career reflects a commitment to the public service and national progress. My legacy is one of the steadfast in leadership and significant contribution to India's security and governance. As a seasoned statesman, and I continue to play a vital role in shaping India's future and guiding its defense strategies. And now I would like to end by saying this, one of my quotes. Unity in diversity is one of our nation's strengths. We should put behind caste, religion, and regions and continue to stay as one. Thank you.
In which year you had joined ABPP in your college time?
Back in 1970.
And which type of task you had done during that time when you joined the ABPP?
हमारे प्रचार करते हैं एक वो RSS का और ABPP का, तो मैम उसमें था और सोशल वेलफेयर और मैम जो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे जो शाखाएं लगती थी RSS में, जो लोगों की नीड्स होती थी, वो सुन के मैं उनका समाधान किया।
आपका आप जो बने हो उसमें मेन गोल क्या है आपका?
हमेशा से
इम्प्रूव करने का।
वेलफेयर ऑफ इंडिया एंड इट्स डिफेंस, राइट, डिफेंस मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया।
ओके।
Good morning to all of you, honorable judges, respected advisors, and all my fellow ministers. So today I am present here and I stand before you to present a very pivotal ministry in our country, the most vulnerable ministry, Foreign Ministry, Dr. S. Shankar. Through this presentation, I will explain you my life, my struggles, my obstacles, and my uncertainties that I faced in my life, and how I entered politics, how I became the Foreign Minister. From being unknown to such an important person, my life journey is not easy. Let's see it and let's take a look at my life. Currently, I am the prevailing Foreign Minister. I was appointed on May 2019 as the Foreign Minister of India, chosen by the democratic citizens of our country with the right of vote. I was born on 9 April 1955 in New Delhi. I am son of renowned Indian strategist K. Subramania. My father was a strategist. I was inspired by him. That is why I joined foreign services. I also joined IFC force. I will talk about it later. I am known for my clarity, boldness, and diplomatic international stance. I believe in assertiveness. I believe in conveying. I don't convince people. I convey. Why to convince people if we have data? If I am true, why to convey people? That is what I believe in. Let's take a look at my education and early career. Firstly, I did MA and BA in political science at St. Stephen's College, New Delhi, where I started my career and with matriculation degree. After that, proceeding further, MPhil and PhD in international relations, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, where I did my MPhil and PhD and secured a great post in IFS. After that, in the year 1977, I joined Indian Foreign Service, where I started my political career, where I opted for the Foreign Ministry. After that, I have also been ambassador to China, ambassador to USA. After being ambassador to USA, I have done the India-US nuclear deal. That was my biggest achievement, and that is for what I am known for. After that, as an external affairs minister. In May 19, I was appointed as an external affairs minister of our country. I am known for my assertiveness, national insert drive, and diplomacy. This means that I assertive. I represent India at many summits, G20, BRICS, SCO, many summits. Even I have conducted G20 in India. That has never been conducted and people have never thought. People thought India is a country of snake charmers, poor peoples, but we have changed this philosophy. We have changed this ideology with our contributing significance. I have also portrayed India at UN, G20, BRICS, and SCO. We believe in multi-alignment. India is a diverse country. We don't believe in fights and disputes. In today's scenario, whether countries are fighting for small things, land, India, Russia-Ukraine war, Palestine-Israel war, we believe in harmony, love, and peace. We are solving disputes, solving matters, solving fights. We make friendship with everyone. If I take you to my unscripted life. No one knows about it. No one knows about my personal life. My first wife, she was Indian, but she died due to cancer. After that, I lived more than half a decade in Japan, where I met Kyoko Jashankar. I married him. After from Kyoko Jashankar, I had 3 children. One is Dhruva Jashankar. He is also a foreign policy analyst. This means family genetics. My father was a railroad strategist. I am foreign minister, and my son is also an analyst. Thank you for your order. But before conducting it, I want to say that one of my famous thoughts that convey your thoughts, not convince people, because people will never be convinced by your thoughts. My obstacles and uncertainties that I have faced. I am not just an inspiration, but a diplomat. In the world, I am known for my diplomacy, assertiveness, communication, and clarity. For that, I am known for, and for that, I am famous for. Thank you.
Minister, how can you maintain relations between the countries
As an
in a
external-
positive way?
As an external affairs minister, I am the bridge between India and the world. India is a diverse country. We are the largest importer as well as the largest exporter. In India, if we manage finances inside India, it is easy. But when we take a look at outside world, outward world, it is very different. People have different ideologies, different philosophies. To maintain them, to secure them, and to maintain good relations. US has questioned us that why we are purchasing oil from Russia. We are supporting Russia financially. Why should we answer them? We will purchase it. This is what. India has maintained relationships with Russia as well as Ukraine, with Israel as well as Palestine. We do not support a particular group. We work with everyone, contribute with everyone, and proceed with them for the betterment and welfare of the world.
India is following a diplomatic policy, na? So how can you maintain relations with the USA in current scenario?
In the current scenario, if we say USA is facing political changing, Donald Trump is the new prime minister, so he is changing his policies. Even tariff, he is changing his policies with India. He is trying to inferior India. America has always tried it, but we will not ever let it be. Because in India, we are united. Diverse groups, different religions, different castes, different colors, still we live together. This is what our beauty is. This is what the beauty of India is. So we will never let America win on us.
Good morning, respected teachers and judges and all my dear friends. I am Shivam of class 9th A, standing in front of you to represent Jitan Ram Manjhi, Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises since 2024. Jitan Ram Manjhi, I am born on 6 October 1944, Gaya district in India. About my life, I am currently a member of parliament from Gaya constituency, and I was Bihar's 23rd chief minister. I was the founding president of Hindustan Awan Morcha (HAM). Previously, I had served as minister of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes welfare in Nitish Kumar cabinet.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. I am here to represent Mr. Sarbanandan Sonowal, the Minister of Port and Shipping. My early life and political journey. I born October 31, 1962 in Muluk Gaon in Assam. Sonowal's my journey began with a strong academic foundation, earning a Bachelor of Laws LLB degree from Guwahati University. My political career started in student activism, leading to role as president of the All Assam Students Union AASU from 1992 to 1999. Rise in Indian politics, from student leader to national prominence. First, MLA and MP. I elected to Assam Legislative Assembly in 2001, then Lok Sabha in 2004. Second, Union Ministries. I served as a Ministry of State for Sports and Youth Affairs in 2014 to 2016. Third, Chief Minister. Became Chief Minister of Assam in 2016, leading the state for 5 years. Leading Assam. During my tenure as Chief Minister of Assam, I focused on several key areas such as peace and stability. Peace and stability means significant efforts to restore peace and harmony in the region. Second, economic growth. Initiatives to boost industrial development and investment. Third, environmental protections. Focus on conserving Assam's rich biodiversity and natural resources. Then, Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways. In 2021, I took on a crucial national role overseeing India's maritime sector. My responsibilities include port development, modernizing and expanding India's major and minor ports, shipping industries, promoting growth in the shipping and shipbuilding sectors. Inland waterways, enhancing connectivity through navigable rivers and canals. Thank you.
Good morning, respected teachers and all my dear friends. I am Syed Shahan Khurshid of class 9th, and today I am going to represent SP Singh Baghel. I was born in 1960, 21 June. I was an Indian politician and member of Parliament, Lok Sabha.
To one and all presented here. Here I am Suhani from class 9, going to represent Education Ministry, which is appointed by Dharmendra Pradhan. The struggle and the change which he have done after being Education Minister and the things which he have achieved. Firstly, I will tell you about myself. Earlier life, I was born in 1969 in June 26 in Telkar, Odisha. I was a Ministry of State in Vajpayee government from 1998 to 2004. I was born into in India, politician. I was served as the Minister of Education since I appointed in July 2021. I was previously held the portfolios of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship 2017 to 2021, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas 2014 to 2021, Ministry of Steel 2019 to 2021. I graduated from the Teacher Autonomous College and Utkal University. Changes I have done after being a minister. While the National Education Policy NEP 2020 was approved in July 2020. Before I took charge as the Ministry of Education, a number of key invites and implementation efforts has been launched and progressed under his leadership. Some significant changes and initiatives promoted and implemented during I include implementation of NEP 2020, focus on fundamental literacy and numeracy, FLN, international collaboration, skill development and entrepreneurship, Bharatiya Shiksha Samagam, focus on digital education. Struggle and achievement I have done. I am a prominent figure in Indian political and I am a senior leader of Bharatiya Janata Party and Union Education Ministry in the Indian government. I ministered portfolios and played a significant role in various government years. Source mentioned his involvement in addressing issues concern youth unemployment, lack of skill-based education, and the rehabilitation of farmers. Recognition. I has received recognition for his contribution included the Best Legislator Award, the Utkal Utkal Mani, Gopa Bandhu Pratibha Samman 2002 to 2003 and the Odisha Citizen Award in 2013. Through our dedication to public service, Dharmendra Pradhan was built a significant political career with efforts in various sectors include energy, skill development and education. Thank you.